This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Omar Rusanda Amado. Every year, one of the things I look forward to is a road trip that we organize here at CTFM and ChannelOne Television, the Heritage Caravan. 8 days across the country, 14 regions, on buses, and showing Ghanaians some kind of experience that they would never have if they went alone. Now, talking about that experience, imagine experiencing this across the continent of Africa. Yeah, not in 8 days, but in over 100 days. I have before me a very short, bald-headed man. He used to be a reggae presenter. He's a bald-headed Rasta man. It is because of him that they sang that song. You don't have feed to be Rasta. He went to the people of Kumbungo and asked them to allow him to be their representatives in parliament, and they allowed him to be. Then last year, like joke, he started a social media campaign. He said he wanted to do a borderless exercise. So the group he formed, Trans-Africa Tourism and Unity Campaign. His name, Ras Mubarak. He's my guest. You're welcome.
Omar, it's good to see you.
How are you doing?
This is how you tall guys bully us. Huh? now you're gonna make me start behaving like Hastings Kamuzu Banda.
Oh, okay.
You know, he used to add an inch or two to the sole of his shoes just to appear taller.
Oh, he's that short.
Very short.
Oh my God! And your short people, those who are in leadership, have not helped matters.
But
so right now,
a couple of short people have been president.
Really? Okay. So, but you see how it ended.
So you can keep your long legs.
Ras Mubarak, how many days?
160 days around Africa by road.
How many countries?
31.
That's crazy.
Well, as crazy as it sounds, it has been done. It was Nelson Mandela who said that it always seems impossible until it's done. And when we said we were going to embark on this journey, people thought we were crazy. Some thought we were going to get kidnapped along the way because of the narrative that Africa is not safe. But,
dangerous.
You know, this journey has proven that indeed Africa is safe, and indeed you could travel around Africa. I mean, no country is perfect, Umaru. And in the West, in London, your phone can get snatched. In Sweden, one of the countries in Europe that experiences a lot of gun violence. So what we need to do as Africans is to change the narrative. And to highlight or harp on the positives. And indeed, there are a lot of positives in Africa.
I heard you on the BBC Focus on Africa, somewhere in the, I don't know if you were in East Africa or something.
I was in Nairobi, Kenya.
So you're speaking from Nairobi?
I was speaking from the East Africa studios, yes.
I heard you on Focus on Africa. I'm like, hey, this guy, he's still traveling around this continent. I mean, my friend Omaru Fofana in Sierra Leone always laments about travel within Africa, and he does it by air, not by road. He tells me how he wants to leave Sierra Leone, Freetown, Sierra Leone, to say Ethiopia, and he may have to go to Europe before coming back because of the way the flights are arranged. You decided to go by road. First of all, why?
We decided to go by road, one, to experience the challenges that are inherent in road travels. And indeed, we saw some genuine challenges. I mean, it was tough, but this journey was necessary, so that we could see what needs to be done, what reports need to be presented to heads of government and the African Union. And indeed, we went through the storms, through dusty roads, through rains, through beautiful roads. As a matter of fact, one of the beautiful roads we traveled on are the roads in Cotonou. And the roads,
I went to Cotonou.
In Bata.
I went to Ouida in 2002, 2003.
Oh my goodness, it's
and
way
it was
better.
Very smooth at the time.
It's way better now. And one of the reasons why it's way better now, because they want to make it the tourism hub of Africa.
Okay.
Benin. And so they are deliberately. You see, the thing with tourism is that you've got to be deliberate about it. You've got to be intentional about it. And Benin is getting it right. Countries such as Equatorial Guinea are getting it right. Namibia is getting it right. Rwanda is getting it right. And so if we want to access the trillions of dollars that are within the tourism space, then we've got to be deliberate about our roads.
So the Muhammad Big push
is not just, and it's not just the roads, but also the beautification, and the maintenance of these routes. And the objective of the campaign, is to push for a visa-free travel across Africa by the year 2030. And the reason we are, pushing to accelerate it to 2030 is that Africa has got a very huge youthful population. And a lot of these young people are seeking and looking for opportunities, and so you can't lock your countries and make it difficult for other Africans to access it. We have been through some harrowing experiences. It took us 3 months to get visas to Botswana.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
So wait, how many, you kept saying how many were you?
We're 8 in a convoy of 2 vehicles, 7 gentlemen and 1 lady.
One lady?
One lady.
Wow.
Dr. Rejoice Foley, who, traveled by road all the way to Namibia and had to fly back due to family reasons.
Wow. So who are the other members? Mention them. Let's acknowledge all of them.
Johnny Kwesi. So there are 3 Kwesis in the team. Myself, a Kwesi.
Oh, you're also a Kwesi? Okay.
Johnny Kwesi Osue, Eric Kwesi Japan, Faris Salman, Dr. Rejoice, Kofi Blay Francis, and Bash.
How did you assemble these people?
Pan-Africanist, people of like-mindedness who.
So when you put
passionate.
the thing on social media, they agreed that want
actually
to
reach out. Some of them, reached out. Dr. Kwesi, Johnny reached out to me and said, "Look, I've been wanting to do a travel across Africa. If you're doing this, I'm also bringing my car." So I used my personal car.
He used your own V8.
Yes.
And he used his V8.
He used his Prado.
So one Toyota,
one Prado, one V8.
That's what you toured the continent with.
Yes. We left Accra, drove to Togo.
Which day did you leave Accra?
18th August last year. Spent Christmas on the road. Spent New Year on the road.
18th August and came back when?
Returned yesterday in the morning.
So from Accra, which way did you go? Let's list the countries.
So Accra, Togo, then to Cotonou in Benin, then we drove to Lagos and then Abuja, and had to drive to Calabar in the east to access.
Calabar.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Cross River States.
And I've been telling my Nigerian friends that stop fighting Ghana over jollof and start promoting
Cross River State. Such a beautiful,
it's
beautiful
green.
city.
It's intentional.
I ate some nice eba and afang soup over there.
The attempt to beautify Calabar is intentional. Beautiful place. And then we drove to Cameroon.
Paul Biya's Cameroon.
Paul Biya's Cameroon. We got there when he was about a month or so to elections, and it was frustrating in Cameroon because we had picked up visas on arrival because they don't have an embassy here. And they said, we had picked up e-visas. And they said they didn't accept e-visas at the land border because they don't have the machines to access, the barcodes.
Oh my God.
Which meant we had to drive 10 hours round trip back to Calabar just to get Nigeria. We had to drive back into Nigeria. Took us 10 hours just to get visas into our passport, 5 days visas. Wow. Before you can enter Cameroon. Before we could enter Cameroon. And it took us 3 days to get to the capital because of one roadblock after the other. By the time we got to the capital, our visas was almost expiring. And we had to leave. It was a Sunday. They said they wouldn't let us leave, cross the border because they don't work on a Sunday. Now that is a reality, the challenge.
So this is what you were trying to fix. And you were seeing it there in your face.
And we're seeing it. It was right in our faces.
So that would be the first major hurdle.
The first major hurdle was in Benin.
Even though it's ECOWAS?
Even though it's ECOWAS, we got to the border, everything check. But they said, I think they wanted some local fuel. I said, this is ECOWAS. I'm not going to pay anything. It had
for the vehicles or for the people?
Vehicles and people, you're not paying, you're not moving.
Wow.
Yeah, we had everything in place. Our international driver's licenses, insurance, laissez-passer.
Eventually,
we had to. No, because I wasn't gonna bribe my way into a West African state. It took the intervention of our embassy staff in Cotonou, who drove to the border to rescue us.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there was a language barrier too, because Benin speaks.
I mean, some of the members of my delegation speak French.
Okay.
Johnny speaks French.
Okay.
Francis speaks French.
Okay.
And so it wasn't that bad. But we said, I mean, I don't mind being harassed in East Africa or in Central Africa,
not West Africa,
but not West Africa.
Not where your passport says ECOWAS.
This is my turf.
So you cross into Cameroon is Central Africa, right?
Cameroon is Central Africa.
So from Cameroon, where did you go?
We went to Equatorial Guinea, beautiful country. The
oil is working.
The oil is working. The roads world class. The West has written a lot of rubbish about that country because if you look in, you Google Equatorial Guinea, they'll tell you it's not safe and all sort of nonsense.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Don't use nonsense. I know you're a Rastaman, but don't use nonsense.
That is a reality. They're writing a lot of no sense about Africa.
Yeah, if you separate the word, I'm okay.
Okay, so
but if you put it together, that becomes a problem.
So they write a lot of nonsense about Africa. And then from Equatorial Guinea, so we spent time in Bata. I mean, they've got beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
You need to see the pictures and videos. We went to Gabon, was also another headache. Libreville, because one of the members of the delegation is a journalist. So we took a GBC journalist with us, Blay. And because his designation is journalist, authorities felt jittery. Apparently, some journalists had tried, entering with guns in the past.
Whoa.
So they are averse to allowing journalists to come in, and it took a while to fix things. But we had a good time in Libreville, and then we went to from Gabon. We went to Congo, Republic of Congo.
Not Dr. Congo.
No, not Dr. Congo.
Brazzaville.
Congo Brazzaville, beautiful capital. They are getting their act together. Wonderful infrastructure, but they've got some very bad roads as well. Then we went to DRC.
Okay, Democratic Republic.
Chaotic.
Despite everything that's happening, you decided to go in there.
Come on, this is Africa. This is our Africa.
Wow.
If somebody is sitting in Europe and says Africa is not safe, that is their headache. But
M7, or was it? No, not M7.
No, M7 is in Uganda.
No, M7 is Uganda.
You're talking about the rebel group.
The rebel group. M what? I've forgotten their name.
Yeah.
You didn't care. You still went.
This is our Africa, Umaru.
So you
in
Congo.
The streets of New York or anywhere, you could get shot. In the streets of London, you could get stabbed. So we refuse to accept the narrative that Africa is not safe.
Is Congo as poor as they put it?
DRC, you mean?
Yes, DRC.
DRC alone can take care of the entirety of the African continent for 10 years.
You mean of the wealth it has, but I mean, is it visible?
Of course, you see palpable poverty levels. People are wonderful, I must tell you. The women in DRC are doing very well. As a matter of fact, a lot of the traffic lights in DRC were designed by female engineers, so they are like robots.
Okay.
And they talk to drivers.
Oh.
They use solar, and these are the things.
So it's not red, gold, green like we have.
I mean, it's red, gold, green, but it stretches. So a robot will stretch a hand
to
tell you to pass or to stop. If it stops, it raises.
Okay.
And this is, designed and done by, IT women in DRC. These are the stories we want to tell about Africa.
We hear about Goma and all those things that are happening there.
Of course, they've got a lot of challenges. I mean, some cars are left-hand drive, some cars are right-hand drive.
Oh, they don't have
No, they don't have uniform, driving system. So it's chaotic.
Wow. But that, now that you've mentioned that, there are some countries that drive on the left, some on the right. The cars you went with, you may have gone to places where you have to.
A lot of the countries we traversed through drive on,
Kenya, for instance,
drive on the right.
Yes.
And so it was Shehomame.
Which is against their law, because in Ghana, for instance, it would have been your passenger has to be.
I remember a police officer stopping us in Eswatini.
Mm-hmm.
He had flagged us, and then we stopped, and he got so furious that he stopped us, and I am still on the phone. I mean, I was sitting in the front seat.
Okay. You were not driving.
I was not driving. Mm-hmm. He thought that is the
driver. Oh my God!
It was such a joy, seeing him, rant that why has he stopped me and I'm still on the phone.
Wow, no, you are not the one with the wheel.
I had to direct him.
The steer was not with you. So from DRC you entered which country? Angola.
Beautiful country. They've got of course, they've got oil, a lot of oil. It's a country that has been through trauma as well, but they are getting their act together. Beautiful, capital. Luanda. It's the second country, with the cheapest oil in Africa after Libya.
Okay.
If you were to pick a taxi from, say, Tesano to, Adabraka, and it's 10 cities. If somebody was to pick from, Tesano to, say, Osu, it will still be 10 cities.
Okay. I saw that because, all the taxis charge a specific amount. In the past, when I went, it was 5 cities. I don't know if the same thing happens in Ho now, but yeah.
Because oil is cheap. But of course, life is, it's an expensive capital as well. To live in. Rent is very expensive because of the expats in Angola. And then we went to Namibia, Sam Nyomes. Windhoek, yes. Sam Nyomes, Namibia. So in Equatorial Guinea, we ate, pythons. In Namibia,
python, as in snake.
The python, And,
python, snake, or what?
Yes. You could actually walk into any market and buy python meat. The same way you'd go to a market and buy goat meat. Or
how did it taste?
It's meat.
It was nice.
How do you think it tastes in the mouths of our soldiers in
when they go to when they go to Wasa, those things? Okay.
And for me, it's one of the exciting things about Africa, diverse cultures, and we need to explore, And so the same way that people would feel a sense of revulsion when they see you eating snails in Ghana.
The same thing.
You might feel it's, wawa, nanka, but, it's normal.
It's normal food.
Yeah.
Okay, next country.
And then Angola, Namibia, we ate worms.
Worms?
Yes, we eat it even in some parts of Ghana, so that wasn't a big deal.
Worm?
It rains and then you harvest it by putting water in a bowl and they fall in and then you fry it, dry frying.
No, those are moths. The ones that fall in the bucket are moths. When it rains. Those are termites that are flying.
I don't know.
But I think the worms are the ones you dig up from the soil.
But these ones emanate from soil as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the moths also, but okay, anyway, continue.
So from Angola, from Namibia, we went to Botswana, and I must comment the Southern African region.
So you moved from West Africa
to Central Africa,
and now you are in Southern Africa. So first country is Botswana.
First country is Namibia, then Botswana, then South Africa. We're in Pretoria.
Okay.
Then
you didn't go to Joburg.
No.
Pretoria is an administrative
capital, because we had meetings in Pretoria. Then we went to Lesotho,
which is inside South Africa.
Well, it's kind of, but it's it's an independent country.
Yeah, but
it's a dot within South Africa.
Just like Gambia inside
Senegal.
Okay.
Yeah. So Lesotho, Kingdom in the Sky, beautiful city.
What is Kingdom in the Sky?
It's the so they are highest in elevation.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
And so they call themselves the Kingdom in the Sky. Of course, it's a monarchy.
Yeah. Okay.
So they call
Did you meet the king?
We met the king who.
Oh, with all his wives?
You're talking about the Swatini.
Sorry.
So King Letsi is the head of state, and King of Lesotho, which is a kingdom. We had audience with him. We met the chief of staff and their minister for tourism as well. Then we went to Swatini. In Swatini, the king, His Majesty, was so there's a time in a year when he doesn't see anybody. He's in seclusion. So it was part of the rituals, of the kingdom of Eswatini. But we met with the Senate president and the speaker and the acting prime minister as well. Interesting place as well. The rich culture is one of those countries around the world where you could actually go to work half dressed.
Wow.
The way you see, the president get dressed with a cloth wrapped around his shoulder.
It's a normal dressing.
It's a normal working dress,
For both ladies and gentlemen?
For gentlemen.
For gentlemen. Because I don't know if it was both for ladies
and obsessed.
I just wanted to be sure whether
we wanted to know
so that I would possibly also go and see things for myself and believe that it is true.
Nobody could go and experience the culture.
No, since you said gentlemen,
there are times in the year where they've got festivals where The women are,
please let me know.
you know, dancing.
Please let me know when that is. Send it to me privately. So by this time, you have reached the southernmost part of the continent and you started climbing back up.
Yes.
So where did you, when you
From
exited South
Eswatini,
Africa?
Mozambique,
Okay.
beautiful city, Maputo. If you want some of the best seafood in Africa, Maputo.
On the coast.
On the coast. And then from Maputo, we went to Robert Mugabe, Zimbabwe. Interesting.
How did it feel getting to? Was that your first time in Zimbabwe?
It was my first time in Zimbabwe.
Every story you've heard about Zimbabwe also no sense.
Well, so with Zimbabwe, for instance, they're doing well for themselves. I mean, you get to the land border, and you can even have Wi-Fi. And for me, that is significant for young African travelers, because you may want to go somewhere and you need to reach out to, you know, a loved one, and you don't have internet connection or something like that. But Zimbabwe, don't forget, was voted as the most tourist-friendly country in the world just last year by Forbes. It tells you that they are getting their act together.
When I went to Kigali in 2012, there was free Wi-Fi in the capital. Is the same thing happening in Harare?
Well, not in Harare, but at strategic places.
Okay.
All right. And as soon as we crossed the border in Zimbabwe, we got lost in a game reserve.
How? It's a forest country.
So from where we entered, it's a big game reserve. All right. And we had underestimated the time it would take us to get to Harare, and it was dark
in the night.
In
a
game reserve, no internet connection. Once you enter the game park, you lose internet connection, and this is one of the most exotic game parks in Africa.
Wow!
Where people fly in with helicopters, and all they want to come and do is to have private fun time. They don't care about the world and the internet, etc.
Out of civilization.
You know, the royalty, everybody, you know, they come there, have a good time. But we lost internet. So, you know, don't forget, we're using maps, you know, GPS. And then when you lose Wi-Fi, you lose connection, you're lost.
Everything goes.
Everything goes. And, you know, you find yourself in a game park. We blasted a tire. Nobody wanted to get out of the two cars.
In the night?
In the night.
There could be a lion somewhere, a tiger.
Exactly.
It was dark.
It was dark. Pitch dark.
What did you do?
Well, we had to brave it.
Did you sleep in the car?
No, of course not. We had to brave it. So, you know, we stood guard.
As if you could fight any animal.
With each looking to see whether there's some, you know,
while someone fixed
something coming. Whilst Francis and Bash fixed the tires, and we continued our journey to Harare. Beautiful place. From Harare, we went to Zambia, Lusaka. Met with the vice president.
Zambia.
Absolutely. Kamuzu Bandes, Zambia. And then from Zambia, we went to Malawi. We had gotten to Malawi when they had just finished the swearing in, but fortunately they had nominated the Minister for Foreign Affairs. So we met with the Minister for Foreign Affairs in Lilongwe, and the second gentleman is a Ghanaian.
What do you mean by second gentleman? The husband of the vice president is Ghanaian. You know, in Malawi, interesting place. Wow. A lot of opportunities for Malawi. We went to Tanzania. East
Africa. We got to the border and they locked down.
Why?
Election-related violence.
Oh, our woman.
So we were locked out of, you know, Tanzania for a whole week.
You were there when they did the election?
No, we had gotten to the border on the day of the election.
Okay, so you couldn't enter?
We couldn't enter because they closed the border, I think, in the afternoon around 12. We got there around 3. And
what did you do? Spend the whole week?
Spend a whole week in a village in Malawi.
Wow.
You know, had a good time actually.
Oh, wow.
Had a really, really good time.
You couldn't cross into, so it was only after the election that the border opened that you
It was only after the election that the border opened. And then from Malawi, we drove to...
From Tanzania?
From Tanzania, we drove to Rwanda.
Okay, Rwanda first.
And then Uganda, we met with Excellency.
There's something I saw in East Africa, Ras. When they charge at tourist centers, they charge differently for East Africans and then charge differently for foreign. So everybody else is a foreigner. East Africa, they see it as one.
Yes.
So if you are from Tanzania, you go to Kenya, you pay the same rate.
But
and the M-Pesa thing works a lot for them.
It does. The mobile money thing. They've got interoperability in East Africa, and it's the one thing that we need to work out.
Tourism is great.
Well, because they are deliberate about it.
Nairobi, in the capital, the forest they have there.
Deliberate about it, and I think all countries in Africa have unique selling propositions. They are all unique in their own ways.
Everybody should take advantage,
and everybody should take an advantage of the $1 trillion tourism markets.
So when you're coming back upwards, did you go through the troubled Sudans?
No. So from Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, and then on our way to Ethiopia, the Mubarak virus broke out, which is as deadly as Ebola.
Okay.
So we had to return back to Southern Africa. So we make our way
back up
into West Africa.
Okay. So you came back through the
same route. Then we had an accident in Zambia.
What kind of accident?
Well, a truck veered into our lane
and God.
Pushed us. No injuries, fortunately.
But car damage.
My car is still on the way coming to Accra.
So now you had just one car to do your trip.
We had just one car to do our trip. And so already Dr. Rejoice had left in
Malawi.
No, she had left in Namibia. So that was one person out. We needed to figure out how the remaining three could join. Fortunately, our embassies, were helpful. Wherever there's a Ghanaian embassy, we made use of the embassy vehicles, and that is how we survived it. So we had to fly from Zambia, because don't forget the car was being fixed, to Morocco,
North Africa,
hoping that we could airlift both cars once they are done to Morocco and drive down to West Africa. And then Mauritania also said they wouldn't give us visas for parochial reasons, because the European Union gives them cramps to keep West African nationals from passing through Mauritania. It's a tragedy. Africa has enormous potential. But anyway, so Morocco, we did Algeria. That's another area that the AU needs to fix, because the Moroccans and Algerians have not been in talking terms for a long time. They've closed their land border. And there's a no-fly zone between both countries, so you can't even fly directly from Morocco to Algeria and vice versa. And so we had to fly out of Africa to get to Algeria. Meanwhile, we went to Paris. Meanwhile, these are neighbors like Ghana and Togo, or Ghana and Burkina Faso.
31 countries, 130 days.
160 days.
160, a lot of things. The cost of this travel must be very expensive.
It is.
Language, food, how Hotels. You even change your clothes and bath, all of that. What kept you going?
A burning desire to see Africa work. Of course, it was a very expensive trip. And my response to cost is that when the missionaries came to Africa, they didn't have any money. They came, they came on donkeys, but yet they were able to go around and spread the word, because there was a will to get the message across. And so, in spite of the challenges, we've got to keep going. But I must single out the Office of Chief of Staff, who threw the full weight of the Office of Chief of Staff behind us. That gave us wings, to carry on. Telecel supported with internet. Connectivity. NIB came through for us.
The bank?
Stanbic, yes. NIB, the bank. Stanbic, the bank came through with some support. Gold Board, EPA, Ghana Gas, GMPC, they all came through for us, and we are grateful for the support. Glyco came through for us, except that the insurance covered only West Africa.
It's fine. They'll improve. They'll get to Central. And did you get any vehicles, company support you, any transport?
No. I mean, we use personal vehicles. And for me, look, Sanda, Nkrumah went to prison many times. There were people who sacrificed their lives. And today, as a Ghanaian, you feel proud traveling around Africa, people saying, oh, Nkrumah did this, oh, Ghana did that for us. Even presidents writing it in their memoirs, what Ghana has done for them, in years gone by. They could have been very selfish and thought about themselves and their families. But as Bob Marley said, if you live for yourself, you live in vain. If you live for others, you live forever. And so, given the fact that people had gone to prison, some died just to give us a semblance of independence. The least my generation, the least, the young people of Africa can do is to sacrifice our youth, our energy for the betterment of this great continent.
So, as a theme of your trip was to have a borderless Africa.
To have a visa-free Africa.
Which is borderless, essentially. There
So
will be borders,
it's a subset. When you say borderless, it encompasses a lot of things.
Okay.
So you're looking at interoperability.
Okay.
So
deal with visa first.
So we are dealing with visa first
because
it's the
in one of his
easiest.
speeches talked about Africa being one country where the capital will be in Libreville, which is in the middle, and all of those things. So this is what you are seeking to champion.
We're seeking to champion an Africa where you wouldn't be asked to get a visa to go to Namibia or Zambia. Guess what? During apartheid, to move from say Teshi to Labone, you needed a pass before you in your own country.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what we're doing to each other. In our own Africa, we are being harassed to acquire visas before we can get to other African countries. And I think it's completely ungodly.
And you have seen it now. Would you say that you have raised and created enough awareness, or there's a lot more work to be done?
There's a lot of work to be done. The message has gone down well. The African Development Bank reached out to us when we were in Abidjan.
Okay.
We had
That's
very fantastic, meetings, and there's potential for partnership with the African Development Bank to do some other things. So the message is gone down well.
Time is gone, but would you do this again?
I mean, Africa has 54 countries.
You've done 31.
We've done 31. Some of them we're not going to be doing by road anyway, because they are island countries, Comoros, Seychelles, Madagascar, and others. And hopefully, when we have sufficient resources enough, then you can come with us.
Did you return with a wife? Ras, I know you. You go to Morocco and you return with a wife.
Oh, really? I mean, as Africans, we are
Morocco, Algeria.
Algeria.
So I'm going to take
I've seen some very beautiful African women.
So therefore,
and Africa is beautiful, and so therefore, if you don't want to be battered tonight when you get home, don't talk about polygamy.
Ras Mubarak, leader of the Trans-Africa Tourism and Unity Campaign. It's been a great pleasure talking to you. Time isn't on our side, but we'll do this again. And wish you all the best. And thank you so much.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you very much indeed to City FM. You've been very instrumental and supportive.
God bless you. I would tell Skelly Dre to play you a song when he comes back. He's in Babylon. When he comes back, he'll play you a song. Which song should he play?
Which song do you think he should play? Africa Unite.
Africa Unite. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.